Years from now, when people look back on your work, what do you want to be said or felt about what you're doing?
Describe that. Explain on
So I had a show at Arts Clayton, and it was on toxic masculinity, right? And so the idea, it also came from it's a guy called a rap artist called Bizzle, and it says their sick agenda. How's it go? The sick agenda is trying to get you to let him clip his member. He can't choose his bedtime, but he can choose his gender. And
shoot.
Right. So, and that was the kind of idea of it is, the perception of toxic masculinity is everything that we were taught is not masculine. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so it's that identity. So to me, it's a little boy in kind of the most vulnerable place we can be in a sense of using the restroom or pants around the ankle. It's kind of the choice of that with the
scissors.
The tutu, right, and him having the scissors and being able to clip his member. The censorship is just not having to paint it and to kind of show it and kind of how they're trying to censor that aspect and censor masculinity. And those are the crows from Dumbo, which are like, to me, they rearranged it, and it's crazy, it's hard to find now. But the song they sang is one of the most racist songs you'll ever find. So it's kind of that.
Gotta represent all of it.
Mm-hmm. And so it's kind of that, and I just feel like it, in the discussion of toxic masculinity, I felt like it was I feel like it's an attack on us who are masculine, and especially our culture, in a sense, it kind of...
Like we're whole people too.
Right. Yeah. You do what I'm saying? And there's nothing, as a masculine male, there's no fight back for it, or you consider toxic, and it's like, nah, I just...
But also, if you talk to a lot of our women, our counterparts, they don't necessarily want you to not be...
Over the next 10 years, well, I kind of asked a similar question earlier, but just from your own personal advice, what do you think black men, where do you think we should be putting our energy and focus at?
Financial stability and education. The separatist movement that you were talking about, and just making sure that we have ourselves in order to be able to kind of walk into what's coming. And just together focus on bringing our community together as a whole, despite like such things like religion, politics, and the differences that don't really matter. That's one of the things that's crazy to me too. Like it's okay to disagree on politics or on all that stuff, but it's not okay to become enemies because of it. Especially when none of that stuff really affects you well, it affects you, but not affects you in a positive way anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's really, if I'd say anything, I'd say it's just togetherness in all aspects. And I guess it's kind of the same thing I told you the other day, is kind of embrace the struggle. And that we know that it's not, life change, nothing is devoid of struggle. So embrace the struggle, accept it, and figure out a way to change it. And to realize that we truly and honestly have the power to change it, and that it's in us and when we decide to do it.